Well, what do you know?
I'm here to live. Better get in here before Ray goes live. Oh, he's live now.
You didn't make the cut.
That's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
We're about to do the cut.
Didn't that one again.
We lose you guys too damn easily.
Got the wrong version.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
A rock in his shoe. It's on his line.
That one.
Hey, we gotta follow.
Expansion pack.
Exactly.
Chair squeaky. That's so funny. Oh.
I know I'm laughing.
Hey, Black, are we live on your channel?
Let me.
I forgot to sign in. Yeah, we are. Yeah,
yep, on
your
the
channel.
O30.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure because my alert came up with Ashman subscribed, so I heard my alert go off. I was like, that's weird.
That is weird, yeah, because it doesn't show in the chat.
Maybe you followed my actual channel.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
Because yeah, Ashman, he subscribed last night, I believe. Or watched
Very good.
Wreckfest. So.
Very good.
Cool.
Big shouts to the Ashman.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Big shout out to the Ashman. Donated a RX 480 for a giveaway. Which I got a hold of that guy. He got a hold of me last night. Gave me his address. So we'll be mailing that stuff out.
Excellent. Did we decide on the we're going to send him 1,000 pounds of packing peanuts or not?
Packing penises? What you said?
Packing peanuts.
Peanut.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Like
tractor trailer full of. Yeah, it's an inside joke from the Over 30 Clans. Just Secret Santa we did a while ago. We were talking about gifting Black like 1,000 pounds of packing peanuts. He's got to take up an entire tractor trailer full of packing peanuts, right? And be relatively cheap. You didn't go through it. The shipping costs were astronomical for pretty much nothing there.
Rolled semi.
Well, it's only 1,000 pounds, right? But still.
Y'all just rent me a U-Haul and I'll drive it. Won't charge anything.
Well, you gotta do those small in there.
Just for the lulls, right?
You gotta do those, put some small in there so you actually have a reason to go through all of them.
Yeah. All right, so I'm ready to go, Anita, whenever you get Euphoria in here and stuff. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. Enjoy your race. Have fun. The more accidents, the more viewers. Just go nuts. If someone wants to drive backwards the whole time, I'm fine with that. Just like literally do whatever the hell you want. All right, I'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, welcome to another crazy edition of Racing and Vaping with your host, O30C. Hey Trey, how's it going, man? So today we are doing the race number 4 of the Over 30 Clan Summer Series Classic here at the Over 30 Clan. It's a race we hold twice a year. We have a fair amount of racers today, which is absolutely fantastic. We are at the Virginia International Raceway. Again, pretty awesome. Nice, sunny, bright day. So it should be a good race. We do start with a 3-lap qualifier. This is the fastest lap. Within those 3 laps, we rank all the players based on their fastest lap. We then decide, based on that order, who goes first in said race. So that's what we're going to do today. After that, following that, we have a 21-lap race. First lap always being a pace lap, followed by 20 awesome, really fast, windy laps around the Virginia International Spaceway, or Speedway, I should say. We're not driving rockets today, but yeah, so that's what we're up to. One second here. Start TV. I don't know why this always.
Game
disconnected.
Chatting with him about it.
Oh,
See how he feels. Do you have
1 second.
Virginia
Virginia.
International Raceway.
I have been disconnected, it seems.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it,
got disconnected too.
it's
Hey,
a lot of us.
whoever's in control of this in the
Yeah.
race.
I'm
So we-
trying. It wouldn't let me until the counter went down.
Oh, okay.
I told you we should have kept it the way it was.
Fine.
And then we would have kept it and it still would have done it.
Yeah, yes. And
Yeah,
then we say, oh, we should have done it.
Yep, and I told you, I would have said I told you we should have done it.
Hmm.
Let me know when I can rejoin there, Anita.
You can do so now, I believe.
On my
That's
screen
it.
says race in progress.
Yeah, we need Kev and Sam.
I can't, if you don't end the race, I can't
I quit
until,
the race. I don't know how to end the race.
I wasn't. It just quit. Yeah, it worked fine.
Should be the same as already, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't
I
let me.
can't. Yeah, we can't quit till we actually start the race.
Exactly. It wouldn't even let me give me the option until the countdown had finished.
I figured since you were in control of the
No.
lobby, once you were able to quit, you could just end the whole thing.
Nope.
Right.
Yeah, I'm back in here.
What is a week without a technical issue with Forza?
Got the same setup as before.
I
Yeah,
will
looks
check.
like it. Yeah, looks like it.
Looks the same to me.
Yep.
It shouldn't have
Looks
changed.
good.
And we're back.
Just like it shouldn't crash.
Alright, let's try that all again. Man, I had an awesome intro too. I really rocked that intro, and then it just, like, it's a race, right? It doesn't exist anymore, so now I gotta redo it all, and it's all about me, guys. This is the O30 hour, god damn it. Ruining my fun. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay.
Have fun! And welcome! I'm your host, O30, member of the Over30 clan. You can follow us at over30clan.com. Find us on Twitter, SoundCloud, Facebook, interwebs of all types. But today we are running the Forza Summer Series Classic here at the Over30 clan. We have a winter and summer series. It's 2 seasons per year. We're currently on season number 5. And race number 4. This is the Virginia International Spaceway. We have about, I think it's about 9 or 10 drivers today. We're starting off the race with a first qualifying, so we're picking which order for which the drivers will race in. It's pretty exciting. Not really, but it's a way for us to do it. And that consists of our drivers going around the track 3 times in their best lap, obviously, rates how well they did or didn't do, and that's how we figure out their post position. Rough. After that, we have 21 laps of an actual real race. First lap, space lap, followed by 20 laps of actual awesome crashing and skidding out and doing all types of nasty stuff. We're running the Virginia International Spaceway. You can see all the band cars above me. We're just waiting for the qualifiers to finish here, and we'll just take you guys through who is driving today and the cars that they've selected for today's race. Try to put this other keyboard down that I don't need. All right. So, we have Centrino Butts driving a 2007 Ferrari 430 with a super fast 7.5 speed. These are all S-Series cars, by the way, so they are the fastest of the fast cars you can get. Toucan Sam is driving the 2013 Gonkervoort D8 GTO. What a freaking awesome looking car that is. Looks like a go-kart, an open-air go-kart. It's pretty cool. With a relatively slow top speed, actually. We're only around 5.7, but its handling and acceleration are absolutely fantastic. I wonder if that's going to do him well on this track, which you see here has some very long straightaways. I'm pretty cognizant of passing. Bin Dadu is driving a 2019 Porsche 911 GT3 RS with a 7.1 top speed, 6.6 handling. Euphoria is driving the 2011 Lotus Evora S with the 7.8 speed and 6.1 handling with that little cherry red paint job. Fantastic. We got GKev running the 2013 Donkervoort GTO. Another Donkervoort with a fairly low top speed with amazing handling and acceleration. So we're going to see again if these cars that don't have the top speed really excel well on a track that has such a long lanes for people to pass. Sound is really choppy. That is a problem. sec. Let me fix it by doing this. Let me know if that's any better, Sam. I just reset my audio, so just let me know if there's any problems. We have Anita Brake running the 2016 311, 6.4 speed, 6.8 handling. Sound is really choppy. Still really choppy, eh? Okay. Alright, I got another fix. One sec. One sec. Technical issue. USB cable out. Alright, we'll just do this. Alright, so let me know if that's any better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. O30C? Much better, excellent, perfect. It just, sometimes the USB cable needs to be unplugged and plugged back in to reset it. Fantastic. Alright, let's quickly go through the drivers here. We only have one lap to go. So we're, Vindaxian is running a 1984 Ferrari 28 GTO, fairly high top speed 7.5, handling is 6.3. Nice red paint job there. We have Centrino Butts running a 7.5 top speed 2007 Ferrari 430. So I think the top speed cars actually do quite well on this track. These cars, the GTOs, I think are going to have some trouble on the straightaways, but GCAP is running one of them, the 2013 Tongervoot D8 GTO with its 5.7 top speed. Vindadu is running the 2019 Porsche 911 with a 7.1 top speed, 6.6 handling. That cool green apple paint job. Juki and Sam 2013 Tongervoot again with that slow top speed of 5.7, but handling and acceleration being excellent. So I'm wondering if it's going to do them any favors on this track or not. And Black Death running the 1967 Ferrari. 7.3 top speed, 6.6 handling. The Cold is running the 1992 Honda NSX-R, 7.7 speed, top speed, and 6.5 handling. Anita Brake is running the Lotus 311 with a 6.4 top speed, 6.8 handling, kind of right in the middle between those slower cars and the faster ones. Pretty decent handling. This one probably has the better trade-off of those slower kind of Tongervoot style cars. 2011 Lotus Evora S, 7.8 speed, 6.1 handling, red cherry paint job. I think we got pretty much everyone. So we're just wrapping up the qualifying lap. This is really just the fastest lap out of all the racers to figure out which place on the line they're actually going to start. Then we run into our 21 lap races. Everyone in the Over 30 clan who is watching the stream, thank you very much. Getting your Over 30 clan points in. We'll know it's 21 laps, so the first lap is a pace lap, followed by 21 awesome laps of people hopefully running off the track and bumping into each other, doing a lot of crazy fun stuff we like to watch. One can hope, right? We should have like a designated wrong way driver or something like that. Just have one person driving the opposite way on the track for every race. Might increase the drama. So let's let our drivers here finish up their qualifying lap. And then we'll get going. It may be because it was muddled before. So this is the Over 30 clan dedicated to the older generation of streamers. We have Forza series that we do twice a year. We have 2 seasons per year, a summer and a winter season. Each season is about 10 to 12 races. We take the best 10 of those 12 races and stat rank the players and sometimes hand out trophies and do a bunch of cool stuff. Must be a member of the Over 30 clan to participate. We do this every Friday, starting at 10:45 Eastern for the qualifying laps. Getting into the final race around 11, but we are running a little bit behind due to some technical difficulties. One thing to note, we will always run into technical difficulties. It seems to be run into it every single year, so or every single race. So something to come to expect from trying to organize 8 to 12 people all playing Forza in the same race at the same time. We always seem to have some issues. I'm digging this paint job, the white and the green there. Excellent. So we will then organize the racers based on how well they did or didn't do. I'm going to quickly pop down to the channel and remind them to track the race based on pole position as opposed to the fastest lap. We've made that mistake in the past.
It's gonna be great.
I know, I screenshot it.
Track the race based on pole position and not fastest lap, eh?
Yes.
Oh
Friendly-
yeah,
friendly
change it-
reminder.
Yes, for the race, definitely.
Sweet.
This time we're gonna make sure.
Good luck, guys.
We will
Alright.
still have to start twice, though.
Where's
Yeah,
that?
no, it's all good. All right, a little friendly reminder for the drivers. How's everyone doing tonight? While we wait for this race to get underway. I don't know about the US, but in Canada, today is a long weekend. Not today, I should say. This weekend is a long weekend. We get the Monday off. Which is absolutely fantastic. I'll be up at a cottage next week. Want to get on? Yeah, man. Just, I think it's like a drop-in thing, too. You don't necessarily have to be part of it from day one. We're just wrapping it up here. Oh, I guess we're done with the qualifier, so I can turn that off. Bam. Aha. Magic of video editing. Second here, I think my camera's having some challenges. Not that it really matters too much. Spectate. Just have a little one last attempt here to fix it. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Now you can look at my face again. Lucky you guys. Sound is choppy again. God damn you. Okay, let's go.
Yep.
I think it's more fun that way.
All right, 2 seconds.
Why's my soundboard being all messed up? Eh? There we go. Hopefully, oh god, I hope this is better. If it's better, I'm not going to worry about video. Yeah, the voice meter is not for what you guys hear. What you guys hear is, yeah, it's better. So if my camera's not working, I'm just going to shut it off. I think it could be something wrong with the camera interfering some way. No big deal. We'll just, no one needs to see my pretty face anyway. All right. Yeah, I think it's, I'll deal with it later. I think it's something that has to do with the video. When I reset my camera, it seems to mess up the audio, so there might be something going on with it. I can deal with that stuff later. So today we'll just focus on the getting through the race. Yeah, I think it's my camera. My camera is having a problem interfering. So, welcome one and all. Well, we do our false start here because Forza likes to load like crazy. Sounds great now? Perfect. Perfect. That whole start is a thing that happens. We do a quick start, loads everyone in, cut the race, and then we restart and we're good. Alright, here we go. Welcome to Race 4, Season 5, Summer Forza Classic. Here at the Over 30 Clan, I'm your host, O30C, taking you guys through the festivities for today. This is an S-Series race at the Virginia International Raceway. It is a 3-point-something mile-ish track. Pretty awesome track, actually. Some really windy roads. I think it was dubbed as one of the least favorite tracks in Forza, which is pretty fantastic. So right now we're doing our pace lap. Let's back it up a few drivers so we're going to get a view for the crowd. There's Centrino butts up in front there holding the pace for us as we zip around this lap. This gives us an opportunity for the tires to get warmed up. We are running with a lot of the simulations turned on, so for instance tire damage, vehicle damage, all these things are turned on. So it's important that we have a cleanish race, and the other requirement is everyone has to make at least one pit stop throughout the length of the race. Length of the race, of course, being 20 laps. I think they've decided to forego the pace lap. Probably an audible call, so everyone is definitely speeding up to ridiculous speeds, as you can see right now. Give out cold right on GK's butt. Most of the pack is pretty bunched up at the moment. Seems like we might have a strategic pit stop by Euphoria. No, the pits wouldn't be there. I'm guessing he's having some technical difficulty. There's some Trina butts up in front. Ooh, before you're running into some early trouble there, or the out cold I should say. Almost loses control there. Got Centrino Butsu going off the road on the first turn of lap number 2, letting Vindaxian get the better of him and get up in front. There's a problem. This track is incredibly windy, so I'm wondering if those slower cars are actually, with the better handling, are actually going to excel. I think in certain areas of this track they definitely will. We do have someone who managed to spin out there a little bit. I think it might be Ilati. He's having a bit of trouble there. So Vindaxian is now in front. So this track has a bunch of little windy, almost hairpin style turns. They're following with these sort of wavy, windy straightaways, not conducive to passing. But on the back side of the track, on the bottom of your screen where you see the map there, that is a very long straightaway that's, I think, going to give the cars with the higher top speeds a bit of an advantage for passing. It's going to be interesting to see the dynamic of the race tonight. So I'm interested to see what one of those cars might look like. I think, can't remember who was driving them, to be honest. Let me just take a look. Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting for one of those crazy cars. So here's the Cold again. Toucan Sam, I think, might have been running one of those. There he is. Yeah, so you can see that during the straightaway, the other drivers are pulling ahead ever so slightly. But I'm wondering if he can make up for it. If there's enough turns, technical turns on this track, that'll give him the ability to maybe make it up in these more technical areas. Very interesting car selection for sure. Ooh, Leo Cold managed to get off the track. He didn't lose control there. He kept it smooth, but he lost a lot of momentum. As Toucan Sam managed to pass him here on the straightaway. I'm just curious as to how these cars handle in these really tight turns. This is where these cars have to shine. So look at this. That extra acceleration giving the ability to take the inside turn at about twice the speed as these other cars. Is that going to be enough? Vindaxian still in front with an absolute commanding, well, actually not a commanding lead. He is fighting for first and second with Centrino Butts. Let's go take a look at this action. So we've got Centrino right in the ass of Vindaxian. Less than 1 car length away. Just finishing up this wavy straightaway. And we'll be going into that long passing lane. Vindaxian, nope, just losing a bit of control there, trying to go around the turn just a little bit too fast. And we have another race leader. Centrino Butts takes first again. This should actually be a pretty exciting race. There's only been 3 laps, and we've seen 3 pole position changes for first place due to some error someone made on a very tight turn. We have a really great mix of cars. We have some that are really fast, really high top speeds with medium handling, and then we have some of the Dunkirk cars that are very high handling, but not so great at top speed. It'll be interesting to see the dynamic there. Let's back it up a little bit and take a look at GKF here in 3rd place. We might be able to still get a view for the other drivers there a little bit in the distance. He's also driving one of those crazy Donkerwoots. Yeah, the handling really shows in these incredibly tight turns. Well, it seems we have a battle for 5th and 6th position right now. Oh. Keep trying to switch to the one in the back so we can have a bit of a view, but they keep changing positions on us. Theo Cold behind Toucan Sam. Here we go. Here's a good view. Toucan Sam is being very nimble with that high handling car, but he actually did end up losing a bit of control there. Losing a bit of momentum. Still seems to be taking the lead in 5th place here. Crediting that to the crazy acceleration. Is he actually going to be able to take 4th? Let's go take a look right now. Yeah, in my world, NSX is a product of my company. So I'm always thinking that whenever I hear NSX. But yeah, you're right. Maybe maybe they didn't get the rights to that car or something like that. They kind of make up a hybrid of their own. I'm not sure how the licensing works for these type of games. So far, the Donker routes seem to be shining pretty good. I mean, they definitely do lose a bit of space between the drivers for these longer straightaways, but when it comes to these very technical turns, they seem to be doing quite well. You can see that Dale Cold spun out, took that turn way too fast, giving Toucan Sam the ability to go ahead and take that pole position. So currently 5th. Let's jump back to Citrino Butts. He's currently battling for 1st position with Vendaxian. Yeah, I guess Acura is a sister company of Honda, isn't it? Like the other brand. So even though Vendaxian managed to get a fairly commanding lead, Centurio Butts is able to pass him here. We've seen a lot of mistakes in the first 5 laps of this race. It should be for an exciting race. Let's go take a look at some of the other drivers that we haven't visited. So Nita and Lottie are fighting for 7th and 8th position. I love this paint job. Nita also opting for one of those crazy higher handling cars, but higher top speeds. This is the 2016 Lotus 311. Take a peek at Lottie as he finishes up his 5th lap, going into lap 6 with his Space Age 2012 Lamborghini. Nice decorative license plate 420. That's some classy license plate right there. Oh, do we have a bit of a disconnect problem here? Let's get back to him in a second as he slams into the tire wall. And Daxian and Centurio are still fighting for 1st and 2nd. Seem to be pretty close to one another. Still kind of struggling back and forth. I think it's going to be a pretty tight race between these two. This is 1984 Ferrari. 35-year-old Ferrari. Still going strong. We're going to see some moves in the straightaway here. Seems like Centurio Butts is able to continually add to his lead. I think it's car. Oh. I think Vindaxi is actually closing in on him. Slowly. On this straightaway. I think it's these turns that are going to define the race. These windy S-bends. Yeah, Euphoria seems to be having some technical challenges. Not sure what's going on with him. I'm sure it's quite bland. Maybe he blew a tire. Maybe a possible disconnect, which is something we've come to expect from Forza. Unfortunate as it is. We'll take a look at Vindadu. This lime green GT. It appears we do have Euphoria out of the race, which is unfortunate. Good news is that we only take the best 10 races of the 12 total, so we account for things like this. Let's go take a peek at the cold. It's currently battling for 5th position with Toucan Sam. We'll just back it up to Toucan Sam's perspective here so we can get a little bit of view of the overall fight. He's also running one of those sweet Dunk or Roots D8 GTO. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's like German-made car. Oh, well, gold spinning out there. Oh, a little bit of paint scratch. Still able to maintain his lead. And Centurio Butts and Vindaxian still are fighting for 1st and 2nd. Here on lap number 8. E4 just sucks. Yeah. I'll make sure he knows that there, Nitty. Have you told him that today? Gotta make sure you get it in every day. You don't want the man to get hopes and dreams. Here we are on lap number 9. Daxian is in 1st. Ontario Butts in 2nd. Seems to be a really tight race so far. Almost halfway through this race. So Vindaxian is currently running the, not only the leader, but he's also running the fastest lap at 151. Not surprising since he is in 1st place, but not by much. Ontario's right on his ass. Ilati appears to be in the way for Vindaxian, having a bit of trouble passing him on these turns. I think they did call an audible. Ilati did move over there, so Vindaxian was able to get past him. Along with our good friend Centurio Butts here. This is the more technical part here, this little S-bend. I've seen a lot of drivers today spin out at that turn, and this turn here, hitting the dirt. Vindaxian does a little bit of a slide there. Oh, a little paint transfer, you know, a little love bump. As Vindaxian looks behind him and flips him the bird, probably. Oh. Centurio trying to take that turn a little bit too fast. Does lose momentum, goes into the dirt. Recovers ever so gracefully. So GKev is still in the race for top 3 position here, currently in 3rd place. He's sporting one of those Dunker Voot cars. So I guess it answers the question. They are competitive, even though there is a fair amount of straightaways in this track. I guess there is enough technical turns for them to excel through some of these S-bends and hairpin turns to help make up for the fact that they're a much slower top speed than the rest of the cars on the track. Black Death, the owner and leader of the Over 30 clan. This space-age Ferrari went all the way back to 1967. Finishing up his lap 10. And we still have a fight between Toucan Sam and the Out Cold for 5th and 6th. Toucan Sam, of course, running the Dunker Voot with the crazy handling. Out Cold in the higher top speed car, as you can see here, as he's able to pull away easily on any sort of straightaway. I wonder if it's going to be pure power that wins or nimble. If you just joined us, this is the Forza Summer Series Classic here at the Over 30 clan. Over 30 clan is a clan dedicated to the older gamer. We are 30 plus years of age or older. Over30clan.com to join. We do 2 Forza race series or seasons every year. We do a summer, we do a winter season. We're currently on season number 5. This is race number 4. It's the best of 12 races. We take the top 10 of your overall 12 races for the season, and we stat ranking them to figure out who has won for the season. As the Out Cold passes Toucan Sam with that much faster acceleration car, but Toucan Sam able to be a lot more nimble on these turns here. I wonder if he's going to be able to pass him quickly. The 20-lap race. We're at the Virginia International Speedway. I'm your host and member of the Over 30 clan, Opry. You can find us at over30clan.com. This is one of the mandatory pit breaks, so Toucan Sam is deciding to take his pit break, so we do require all drivers take 1 pit break per race to help fix up the car. We do have damage turned on, we do have tire wear turned on, and all these things, so this will help refresh your car as well throughout the race as a normal pit stop would. So it adds a little bit of an extra dynamic, rather than just going around aimlessly a whole bunch of times with no damage. Let's go take a look back at our race leaders, Ontario and forget Vindaxian, that's right, are battling for 1st and 2nd. So Centurio, we saw a couple of laps ago spin out, not spin out, but he went off the track into the dirt, lost a ton of momentum, and Vindaxian was able to pounce. So it seems that we've closed the gap quite considerably. He's making up a lot more space now. So hopefully 1st and 2nd remains competitive throughout the rest of this race. GKev in comfortable 3rd, Black Death in 4th, Out Cold in 5th, Vindaxian in 6th, Toucan Sam in 7th. So we still have a battle for 6 and 7, but all the rest of the drivers seem to have spread out quite a bit due to that pit stop mechanic and other things. We did have 1 disconnect with Euphoria, unfortunately. It does tend to happen. This game is not exactly the most stable for multiplayer. You catch my drift? Just to pour salt on the wounds whenever you join a multiplayer session. Microsoft always announces they're establishing a quality connection, then to promptly disconnect you for no apparent reason. Put the spotlight on our race leader here a little bit. Driving the good old 1984 Ferrari. So both Vindaxian and Centurio have not taken their pit stop, from what I can tell, from what we've seen. Well, they will have to take it. I wonder when both of them are going to decide to take that pit stop. Every driver must take one pit stop throughout the race. Alright, we'll come back to these guys. Let's go take a look at some of the other drivers we haven't visited too much tonight. Need to break in currently 9th place with the, I think she gets the highest points for the coolest looking car with that white and apple green paint job as she decides during the spotlight to take her pit stop. We'll come back to her in a second. Lottie, driving the monster of the 2012 Lamborghini. And size was definitely not an issue. Centurio actually taking the best lap now at 150. It managed to shave a second off of Vindaxian's best lap time. May your pit stops be quick and your frames be high. Amen, Ashman. So Lottie is opting for pure grit here with a fairly high acceleration, or a fairly high top speed car, which is definitely going to excel in these straightaways. I feel that this boat is a bit difficult to maneuver in these tighter turns, and it might have hurt him overall in this race. Just watch him slowing down here quite a bit for this S-turn. As Lottie finishes up lap 13, going into his lap 14. Let's go visit Vindadio. His Lion Green GT. U4, I'm not sure exactly what happened to U4, but I think he had a possible disconnect because he spun out and his car stopped. I haven't checked in with him to see what's going on there. But he has had disconnect issues in the past, so I assume it's a possible disconnect that happened that ends up plaguing players. The longer you play Forza, the more of the experience, it seems. Vindadio driving his 2019 Porsche 911 here. Awesome, again, an apple green that we're seeing. Pretty common theme. That he's decided to just puke it all over his car. I dig it though. He's on Destiny 2 now. Yeah, he probably disconnected and rage quit and had to do the same. Trash Panda got his internet. Yeah, it happens. Alright, Vendetti's approaching these notoriously awful S-turns here. Navigating it flawlessly. So he goes around the last turn, finishing up his lap number 13. But you can't say the Outcold seem to be fighting over 5th and 6th still. They've been fighting all race. This is a pretty common theme. This is the pure brawn of the Outcold driving a high top speed car versus the pure nimbleness of these donker verts that we're seeing on the track today with a slow top speed but incredible handling and acceleration. And he just barely misses taking out the Outcold. Instead, loses control and slams into the barriers. Oh, what an awful way to go down. Outcold, but doing him a favor and letting him pass? I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the Outcold having some technical difficulties as well. You never know what you're going to see on the Over 30 Clans Forza Challenge, or Forza Race, I should say. Maybe a good sportsman-like maybe in good sportsmanship, he decided to slow down. I'm not sure what happened, but we've had a pole position change. Dale Cold is now in, I believe it's 6th place. Juki and Sam able to reclaim 5th. Now it's a little paint between friends, right? I mean, if they didn't want you to hit those walls, then why would they put the tires there in the first place? Duh. So both drivers are opting to do the pit stop. Let's take a look at this. We're going to get a view of both pit stops. We are. So Toucan Sam's crew is jumping all over the car, able to swap the tires all in one shot. And we're having an issue with the wiper blades, but they opted just not to care about it, and they got them right back on the road. Dale Colt following close behind. What a crazy pit stop that was. You saw they had one crew member for every individual task, and they were able to get him out in a record split time. So that was a fantastic pit job. Great job, pit crews on both teams. Fantastic to keep their drivers in the race. Let's go back to our race leaders. We are getting to lap number 16, so now it's crunch time. We have Indaxian able to still in 2nd place. Fairly behind, actually, Vindaxian, who's managed to stay in 1st. Exactly. The pit crew is moving so fast, they're practically invisible. I had to slow that down on our instant replay cam to get a really good look. So Centurio Butts is currently in 1st place, followed by Indaxian. Within striking distance, we only have 4 laps to go, so this will be, I think, a very exciting finish. These drivers should be holding no punches. Is the Ferrari GTO going to beat out the Ferrari 2007? So it's old versus new, young versus old. John Cena pit crews. Oh yeah, Trey. So let's keep an eye on Vindaxian as he makes progress, hopefully here. So Centurio Butts is in a commanding lead. Toucan Sam seems to have made some progress and got up in the rankings to 5th place. So we seem there's going to be a tight finish for 5th, 6th, and 7th. They seem to have a pretty good fight going on, so we'll check them out in a second as well. Vindaxian is able to start catching up to Centurio Butts. We only have 4 laps to go. Is it going to be enough? We're just about to finish lap number 16 here. So we will check back with them in a very short period of time. So let's go take a look at this 5th, 6th, and 7th fight that's happening between Toucan Sam, Vendatti, and Neo Cold. We did have a spin out. Neo Cold is managing to take 6th place. Is that Black Death within striking range of a top 3 position? Let's go take a look at Black Death. Typically one of the very fastest drivers to spin out on tracks and lose position really early in the races. Managed to stay in 4th place on lap number 17. He does hold band rights in the over 30 clan, so I have to be careful what I say about him. We'll check back. I think, he's pretty far behind the 5th or 3rd position. But there is still that tight fight between Vendatti. Out Cold, and Toucan Sam for 5th, 6th, and 7th, although they are starting to stretch out a little bit. Not to jump around too much, but let's go make sure we keep an eye on our race leaders here. Vindaxian, I think he is still within striking distance of Centurio Butts, but Centurio is managing to maintain the lead. He seems to gain a bit more distance on these straightaways. Probably has a higher top speed car. Both driving Ferraris. We have the old Ferrari 1984 versus the new Ferrari 2000, newer Ferrari, I should say, 2007. Fun fact, this Ferrari could be a member of the Over 30 clan. So Vindaxian just barely has a view of Centurio Butts in the distance there. But they are relatively close. So we are on lap number 18, so 2 laps to go. I guess 3 laps, technically. The 18th, 19th, and then, of course, the final 20th lap. So Vendatti and the Out Cold seem to be pressing against one another. Oh, I think I switched to the wrong car there. That Cold must have just... Vendatti must have just pulled ahead, so Out Cold is right on the tail of Vendatti. I'll just watch him for a quick second here, see if anything progresses. So we're going to have a tight finish between the 4th, 5th, and 6th, or 5th, 6th, and 7th position. And I think we're going to have a tight finish between the 1st and 2nd position as well. If they're going to want to improve their position, they're going to have to drive a lot more aggressively. Alright, so we are on the final 2 laps. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race leaders. So we have Vendaxian trailing Centurio Butts. Still within striking distance. He seems to have made up a little bit of ground. We are now on lap number 19, so this is the second last lap of the race. Will it be enough? Interior Butt's pulling out quite far ahead. So we hit the straightaway on the back of the 19th lap. Ooh, Centurio Butts hitting the dirt, giving the opportunity. Will he be able to capitalize on this? Vendaxian, not sure if he saw that or not, but may be able to make up a lot of space and time. Will it be enough? As they finish up their 19th lap, going to the final lap. Oh, see, Vendaxian is also having a bit of trouble with that dirt, taking those turns a little bit too fast. Alright, 1 lap to go. We currently have Centurio Butts in first, Vendaxian in second, GCav in third, Black Death in a comfortable 4th position, Toucan Sam in 5th, Vendadu in 6th, The Outcold in 7th. Those are going to be tight races as well. Did not mean to switch. I apologize. The system here sucks. For spectators, we have Eladi and Disnate and Nita actually fighting for between 8th and 9th position with Eladi. So we do have tight races all around. Will it be enough, though? Can we see Vendaxian take first place? We are about halfway through the final, or a quarter way through the final lap. The Centurio Butts goes around that hairpin turn here. Beautifully done, doesn't hit the dirt. Hits that straightaway. Just making sure he doesn't make any mistakes here. This is where he spun out earlier, so hopefully manages to do it with ease. So it appears that, unless there's an act of God, Interior Butts will be the first place winner of race number 4, season 5 of our Forza series here at Over 30 Clan. Congratulations to Ontario. Vindaxian across the line in second place. GCAB seems to be in a comfortable third position. 4th, 5th, and 5th, 6th, and 7th, there's still some action. So let's go take a look at 7th position, see if we're going to find some changing. So we do have Vendatti hitting the dirt, giving the Outcold the ability to get a bit of time and space between them. So we got Toucan Sam in 5th. Outcold in 6th due to that second glare by Vendatti. Vendatti's going to finish the 7th. Laddie far back in 8th position. It seems he's also pulled ahead of Anita Brake. Let's go take a look at Laddie. See if he finishes up these S turns and the final turns with his boat of a car, the 2012 Lamborghini. Let's take let's take a look at Anita Brake, the pun queen of the Over 30 Clan, also one of the artists, or I should say, the artist. Will be in 9th position. And unfortunately, Euphoria did not qualify. Alright, well, let's go check in with the drivers.
Damn.
What happened to Euphoria?
I think
Rage
he
quit.
died.
That's his thing.
Oh, okay.
Passed out.
He's parked down in turn 1 and then
Did his medic alert go off?
He likes to get the starting points.
Ah.
Points for start.
What's the timer on the race?
240.
Okay.
How's that car to drive, Anita?
It's actually pretty good. I remember playing in class E with it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this.
So you thought it'd make a good S-Class car?
No, I had it in S-Class for something, but
Oops, sorry about that.
It was quite the variety of cars.
yep.
It's had some like big boats with high top speeds, and then some of those like Dunker Voots or whatever the hell they are. Those not great top speed, but great handling.
I cannot believe the Dunker Voot with such
I
a
could
slow...
only hit 150 in the straight, but it was like a little go-kart.
Yeah, what's the lateral G on that thing?
Well, I think there's enough. I think there's enough technical turns in this track to be able to make up for it. Because there's a lot of areas where the big boats were, you know, for the first few laps were spinning off the track as you guys were getting used to it. The tight turns and stuff, where these go-karts were just zipping in and out like it was nothing.
Yeah, Kev was all over my butt in first lap until the straightaway.
Right.
Yeah, me and Cole, we were back and forth. I'd pass him through the curves, and then he'd blow past me on the straightaway.
Yeah, Cole had to make 2 pit stops.
Until I
Yeah, I
flew
did
through
too.
the tire thing. I thought it was good. Then all this
Nice.
shit blew up.
Oh, you
the
mean the wall collision, or?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't meant to be hit, they wouldn't put those there, right? If it wasn't meant to be hit, they'd make it out of concrete. It'd be so much easier.
Come on, Mary, you can do it! Oh, no!
Not
Mowing
really.
the grass.
Nope.
Just
I had
discounting.
I had 40 seconds to go.
You're
to
so
finish
close,
something.
aren't you?
Nope. I had a full
Oh.
lap to go.
Oh.
You could have been the best lap. You never know. 40-second
Rip.
lap. Would
40
have been
seconds
awesome.
when I'm running 206s? Nah, I don't think.
Well, A for effort.
Well, holy shit,
Just
Black! You got in 4th position. That's incredible.
Thanks.
You
Come-
finished
I
or you
know
qualified?
usually I'm dead fucking last. I'm trash at this game.
Well, usually there's like a big mistake you make early, and then I see you trying to make up for that mistake, and that just compounds the problem, and then I can see the rage coming out of your face. Even though I can't see you personally, but your driver, your avatar is just fuming. It's fantastic. But yeah, this race you seem calm.
There we go.
Oh boy, that's what it's come to. That's my drivatar personality now. Congratulations.
Flipping everyone the bird, you're throwing garbage out the front window, you're just not giving a fuck.
Steam
Spare parts.
coming out of his ears and his head just gets like a big red bubble.
No, I've changed my driving style to focus on consistency instead of just pure speed
There you go.
or pure lap times. I'd rather drive a car that's slower that I make less mistakes in than a car that's faster that I'm more prone to make lots of mistakes in.
Well, congratulations, Butts. Van, you guys were like neck to neck. It was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was a good race.
Yeah, it was a good race.
Good coverage.
Yeah, there's a lot of little pockets of fights going on. Like 5th, 6th, and 7th position were like until the last lap, just trading almost every lap. It was exciting. It was good. I still think we should have a designated reverse driver and have one person go backwards on the track. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, that can be
Maybe something for Wreckfest or something.
I guarantee you he'd show up every race if he could race backward.
In reverse, that'd be hilarious.
All right, I'll sign us off.
Alrighty.
Cool. Thanks everyone who checked this out. Again, I am Opre, the a member of the Over 30 clan. This is the race number 4 of our Summer Series Classic here, season number 5. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. We do this every single Friday, 10:45 to start the qualifying rounds. The race starts around 11 o'clock. Again, 20 laps. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week. If you haven't already, please hit the follow button. If you have a Prime account with Amazon, you can link it to Twitch and hit the subscribe button. We'd always appreciate it. We do stream on and off, different members, different times throughout the week, but we try to provide a lot of coverage for various activities here at the Over 30 Clan, this being one of them. You can find us at over30clan.com. You can find our podcast, weekly podcasts at SoundCloud under the Over 30 Clan. We're also on the Twitters of the world and Facebook and all the other twits and book craps that are out there on the internet. So thank you guys very much for checking us out. Hopefully see you guys here next week and have a great one.